Reporter, over the years, you've recounted several times about Bruce Lee demonstrating the incredible inch power punch to you. Could you elaborate on that experience for us? Nishioka, it absolutely happened to me. He was incredibly talented in martial arts. Shortly after we met, he invited me to visit his Junfan Kung Fu Institute located in Chinatown. Since his institute didn't have any commercial signboards or indicators, I had quite a struggle finding it. In fact, the windows of the institute were sealed, so you couldn't see inside directly. The dojo wasn't large, but there were quite a few students training at the time. Bruce Lee was seated on a chair by the wall, occasionally standing up to correct the students. It was from a seated position that he demonstrated the inch power punch to me. He said, "Let me show you something." At that time, I still had doubts about certain martial arts, like Chinese Kung Fu. The martial skills he demonstrated were markedly different from what was taught at the Shotokan Karate Dojo. It was the fighting technique he later called Jeet Kune Do, a style he created himself. I asked him, how can one deliver a powerful punch? Of course, to him, the question seemed naive. He replied, "All right, let me show you something. Stand there and don't move." So I stood there, and he punched me in the chest from close range, with his arm almost fully extended, practically no effective striking distance. I was pushed straight into the wall by Bruce Lee's close-range inch power punch and then bounced back, falling to the ground. I never expected that his nearly fully extended arm could generate such a powerful and explosive force from such a short distance. Strangely, that inch power punch didn't cause me any real harm. Perhaps due to my years of training, I've grown accustomed to withstanding such impacts, laughs. Or maybe, I'm not entirely sure. As mentioned earlier, I was pushed against the wall and then fell to the ground. His speed was incredible, and I was momentarily lifted off the ground by the force of the inch power punch. I weighed around 150 pounds to 155 pounds at the time, while he was probably only around 135 pounds. I was amazed that such a small-statured person could deliver such immense striking power.